Werte Geschäftspartner, ich wünsche einen wunderschönen guten Tag. Herzlich willkommen zu unserer heutigen Ausgabe von Insights bei Aero. In unserer digitalen Welt von heute zählt vor allem Geschwindigkeit, insbesondere bei Datenzugriffen und Bereitstellungszeiten. Als Evaluated Distributor kennen wir den Markt und wissen, dass niemand gerne auf lange angeforderte Informationen wartet. Das Huawei Flash-Storage-Programm beinhaltet blitzschnelle Lieferung und Promopreise auf Flash-Storage. Der Turbo für Enterprise-Kunden. Bestellen Sie unsere All-Flash-Storage-Produkte und erhalten Sie die Produkte innerhalb von 2 bis 5 Wochen. Warum wollen Sie also warten? Die OceanStor Dorado 613 NAS Features und New Generation OceanStor Hybrid Flash Storage werden heute Thema sein. Mein Name ist Rainer Hornacek, ich bin Partner Sales Manager bei der ROICS Austria und gemeinsam mit meinem Kollegen Gerhard Ulrichshofer freut es mich ganz besonders, Louis und Johnny Je begrüßen zu dürfen.
Hallo, grüß euch, Gerhard Ulrichshofer. Ja, wir haben heute das Programm etwas umgedreht, da der Inhalt nicht nur interessant ist, den Louis uns präsentieren wird, sondern etwas umfangreicher. Ich werde dann meinen Inhalt etwas hinten anstellen. Ich möchte jetzt Louis bitten, seinen Vortrag in Englisch vorzutragen, der wirklich sehr viele interessante Neuigkeiten euch präsentieren wird. Please go on.
Okay, thank you for Gerhard and Rainer's introduction, and good morning, everybody. Thank you for Aero provide me such a platform to make this presentation. And today I will take you all guides for the OceanStor Dorado 6.1.3 new features, and also the new generation OceanStor Hybrid Flash Storage. And my name is Louis, and I'm the Storage Solution Product Manager of Huawei Austrian office. Nice to meet you. And this is for our today's agenda. First is for the new feature OceanStor Dorado 6.1.3, and the second is for the new generation OceanStor Hybrid Flash Storage. And I also want to make a brief introduction for Huawei's H1 storage promotion and a flash check. And now let's come to the first part of our today's presentation for the OceanStor Dorado new feature overview. Here you can see this picture, which make a brief introduction for our OceanStor Dorado 6.1.3 new feature. I can say in this version of OceanStor Dorado, Huawei fill up almost all the NAS features, and here you can see the red font is added for the new software version, and you can see the first is for the MFS 4.0 version support, and we also make multi-tenant support for SAN, and for Hyper CDP we combined it with our solutions with Secure Snapshot. And now we can also set Huawei storage can support layer 3 networking for hypermetro, because as we know, many customers are use layer 3 networking for their different data centers. Now we can support layer 3 networking hypermetro. And the other feature like NFS audit log and the warm feature for NAS, and even some SMB features, which are all focused on the security part for our storage's NAS. And so let me go to the next detailed page for all these new added features. The first is for the HyperVault. We call it all-in-one backup feature. If you know NetApp storage, you can also remember NetApp SnapVault feature. Yes, Huawei HyperVault is I can say it's the same software feature as NetApp's SnapVault, which combines the snapshot and the replication features to help our customer to make a backup site snapshot to help a customer to to strengthen their backup capabilities for their storage. And for the source side, the storage can make snapshots, and then through replication to replicate it to the backup side, and then the backup side storage can also make the snapshot for it. In case of any disaster happens, the backup and storage can help make restore from the backup snapshot, and even to restore to the main side of the storage. And the second feature is a hyperlock. Yes, we can call it warm, write once and read many. This is a feature for the files. This means for the file, it cannot be modified, deleted, or renamed during the warm protection period. I just make a picture below for the whole process for this hyperlock feature. And we also and for our customers, they can also set up this feature in our storage device manager. And there is 4 main parameters for this warm feature to set up it. And now Huawei realize the warm for the compliance feature. And at the second half of this year, we can also realize the enterprise warm feature. And the third is for the NAS CIFS Antivirus. This is a very, I think, popular feature many customers want. And for this version, we realize it. This means we can support a trustless security protection with antivirus engine, with mainly from third-party vendors. After customer deploy third-party antivirus server, they can realize unaccessed or on-demand antivirus features. Unaccessed, this means the real-time virus scan can be done at the files once the files are accessed. And for the on-demand feature, this means customers can customize the servers and the policies, and even the periodical time for what time they want to make the antivirus scan. And for these features, we also provide customer to export the antivirus log from the antivirus server, and we can also do some file isolation. And I think this feature can help customers to consolidate their systems for their sensitive data, which is stored on Huawei storage. And this is for the same feature. This is for Secure Snapshot. And this is, we combined this feature with our Hyper CDP and some security solutions. And we have 2 methods to realize this secure snapshot. One is when we start to make the Hyper CDP, we also add the secure solution into it. And during the security time, nobody can delete or rename or even modify the protected data. And when the secure snap the secure snap is expired, customer can choose whether it can be auto delete. And the second method is customer can create traditional CDP first and then convert it to the secure snap. And the following order steps are the same as the first one I mentioned. And here is another feature for our SIM. As we know, in the former versions, we realized NAS multi-tenants, and in this version, we also realized SIM multi-tenants. I summarize it into 2 parts. One is for the business isolation, which means each tenant can only access its own resources. For example, the LAN or the storage pool. And the second is to make the network isolation, which means it can support FC port physical isolation. And after that, there is also some SMB related security features added to this new version. One is for the SMB File Blocking. This means we can use this feature to filter out the files that are not to be seen or accessed. And we can also see from this picture, if we filtered from the for the suffix of some kind of files for the tenant, they can only access the suffix which are not in the filter list, and this is valid, can be also valid for all users. And this is for the SMB ABE, access-based enumeration, which can ensure the privacy and the security. And by use ACL configuration, like the picture in the at the left side, for the user A, which can only make a read access to the rack background directories and the files. And when use ABE, the user B can only see the gray background directory and the files. This can make the security separately for different users to solidate the security. And here is still a small features for SMB. As we know, MMC is a very famous console for Microsoft, and from this version we can also make a connector to this console and to realize some functions which can be done by this consoles. And we also make a comparison for different vendors for their production to connector to MMCs. And so the last one is for the NFS version 4 keepers. This is another security solution which use IP authentication to help promote the network security, which can support 3 kinds of different rules. One is for the KRB5, and the second is for the KRB5I, and the third is for the KRB5P. And from the above to the below, the security class is strengthened one by one. Okay, and the last is for the NAS multi-DC disaster recovery solution. And for this new software version, we can realize parallel multi-DC NAS synchronized replication. You can see we can make one main site to make reach up to 16 replications to different disaster data centers, and which can also make a serial multi-NAS synchronized replication to like the series method. Okay, above all the new features, I want to introduce you with our Dorado 6.1.3. And for the second part, I want to introduce our Huawei's new generation OceanStor hybrid flash storage. As we know, for many of our customers, according to the research by Gartner and the IDC, they have this main 5 points of main requirement for storage. One is for high reliability and for the performance. This is, I think, definitely for every customer to procure storage. And the second is for the on-demand expansion of computing power and capacity. And the third is for the compatibility with new ecosystem applications. I think for many of our customers, when they procure storage systems now, they are not only consider about the performance and the reliability, they also consider about the ecosystem connection, because as we know, now the IT world is an open source world. And the fourth is for the internet working between multi-cloud. And with the trend of cloud, many customers will consider some backup solutions to the public cloud, to the private cloud use S3. So the interworking between multi-cloud is also a requirement for our customers. And the fifth is for the full life cycle security. Security, I think, is a very popular topic, as I also mentioned in my former introduction for Dorado's a new feature. So at this background, Huawei published our new generation OceanStor hybrid flash storage at the end of last month, and now we can configure it in our SCT. And this new production mainly focus on three topics. One is for the continuous evolution oriented to multi-workload. This means it can support multi-workload. It is a unified storage system for both block and files. And it can also make good connection to virtualization platforms and containers, and even make a cloud backup and to both public and private cloud to support cloud-based evolution. And it also adds some anti-ransom and secure snapshot to consolidate the security solutions for our customers. The second is for the full upgrade for the flash-like experience. For this version of for this new product, we deploy smart acceleration, this concept or these technologies in all scenarios, and to help to accelerate the performance by using the cache and the tail. And we also have innovative architecture change for this new for this hybrid flash storage. And for this hybrid storage, it can support smart matrix AA fully loaded balancing architecture to help maximize the system's performance. And for the third is also for our customer. It can significantly to help our customer to reduce their TCOs. There is two main points. One is for this new product, our customer needn't to configure SAS HDDs, but they can still configure SSD combined with near SAS HDD to reach the performance what they want. And the second is for the intelligent and the automatic O&M, which can greatly reduce our customers' O&M's cost. Okay, here is the two main architecture upgrades for our new generation OceanStor hybrid. One is for the write-in-place, from the write-in-place of our OceanStor version 5 to the new redirect on write. This means for this architecture's change, it can fully accelerate the HDD's behavior to write the data to help accelerate and improve the performance of our new generation hybrid storage. The second is for the older version 5's Allure AA architecture to this fully balanced AA architecture. And I will make a further introduction after the next slide. Okay, here you can see for our new generation OceanStor hybrid flash storage, which use symmetric AA architecture for the true load balancing. And we know for our former OceanStor version 5, it's a Allure AA architecture, which means whether for LAN and file systems, it has ownership for the controller, which means I/O request from the host to the LAN or the file system can be delivered only through one controller it belongs to. And I think in these scenarios, we cannot fully utilize all the computing and the memory capability of every controller. And sometimes our customer can find, oh, one controller is very busy and the utilization of the CPU and the memory is very high, but the other controller seems idle and doesn't afford any workload. But for this new hybrid flash storage, it's a symmetric AA. This means whether the LAN and the file system, it has no ownership for the controller, and the I/O flow can fully utilize all the controllers our customer configured, and to fully use the CPU and the memory to help accelerate the performance, and which can also make the workload balancing for our customers. And here I also wanted to mention the multi-workload support to meet the diversified customers' requirements. And as we can see from this slide at the left part, and now customers' requirements for storage, as I mentioned, they do not only satisfy the storage provide high performance, high reliabilities. They also need the storage to provide some ecosystem connection capabilities to fully release the storage's computing and the performance capabilities. And for our Huawei side, we are also we are always keep working to help a customer to realize their requirements. And for this hybrid for this hybrid flash storage, we can also realize the connection to the VMware platform virtualization platform, and we can also make a connection to connect to the containers by Huawei provided standard container CSI interface, and we can also make hybrid cloud connections, and this means we can use the inline container and to install our Huawei's backup software to help a customer to realize the backup solution from our Huawei storage to the public cloud and even the private cloud. Customer needn't to deploy the backup service, even to procure the extra backup software. Huawei can help a customer to provide such service. And the last is for the multi-level protection for the regulatory compliance, which means we also put some security features like security hyper CDP and some SMB security features and the warm features to help our customer to solidate their security. And here, as I just introduced to you, this new generation hybrid flash storage is from the Allure AA architecture to the symmetric AA, and the other features we deployed into this new storage is a smart accelerate. One is for this storage software architecture. It is role-based large block sequential write, which can accelerate, which can fully use the HDD's spindle disk's physical character to help accelerate the global data write to realize the global data write optimization. And the second is for the flexible convergence of heterogeneous media. In this hybrid storage, cache and till are combined into one pool. And as we know, for Huawei's former version 5 hybrid storage and most of other vendors hybrid storage, till and cache are separate. We should divide SSDs to cache, and we also need divide separate SSDs for tills. But for Huawei's new generation hybrid storage, we combined cache and till into one global performance storage pools, which can help optimize the cost performance balance. And the third is for the global cold and hot data perceptions. We used the nerve network algorithms to help calculate or make a predict for the IOS process, and to do some learning of neutral networks, and which can also help to make some prefetch of the IOS from the capacity layer into the cache layer in advance, and which can help our customer to accelerate the read hit ratio. And by these technologies, we can see from the test, which is from Huawei Lab, that the new hybrid storage can reach up to 230% performance improvement for the read and the write, and even for the large file and for large files read and write, we can realize over 100% improvement as our older version, as our older version 5's hybrid storage. And here you can see for the former version of our hybrid storage, we should configure SSD, SAS HDD, and near SAS HDD. But for this version, we can only we need only configure SSD and near SAS HDDs. As we know, the SAS HDD's cost is about 5 times higher than near SAS HDD. And but for this new storage, new hybrid storage, our customer needn't to configure SAS HDD, but they can still reach up higher performance than before. And I think this is a very good feature for our customers. They can achieve the higher performance while they save their investment on the storage. For this, I want to also clarify this feature doesn't mean that the new hybrid storage doesn't support SAS HDD. It still support SAS HDD, but from our side, our point of view, customer needn't to configure SAS HDD. And here is another feature for this new hybrid storage: the interconnection between new generation OceanStor hybrid flash storage and other OceanStor series. We realize the interconnection between different generation Huawei OceanStor storage, which means our existing customers can fully utilize their old Huawei OceanStor storage to realize some replication features, which can significantly help our existing customers or our potential customers to protect their investment. And we can see for the synchronized replication, which can be established between the new generation hybrid storage and the OceanStor version 3, version 5 storage. And for the NAS and both NAS and the SAN asynchronized replication, which can be established between the new hybrid storage and our OceanStor Dorado version 6 storage. And as I said so much, here is the Huawei OceanStor new generation hybrid storage specification. We provide our customer with 6 different kind of hybrid storage, from the middle range to the high, middle range to the high end, to meet different customers' different requirements, to help our customer to realize the cost-effective investment. And here for the last slide of this new generation flashes, for this new generation hybrid storage, I also make a comparison for it for this with our old OceanStor version 5. First is for the architecture, from former Allure A to this symmetric A. This is for SAN part. And for the NAS part, our former version 5 is active and passive architecture. But for this new generation hybrid storage, for the NAS part, it is distributed file system. This means even for the file system, it can fully utilize all the controllers' computing capabilities. And the second is for the read-write mechanisms. And as I mentioned, the old version 5 is right in place. And for our new generation hybrid is ROW. And for the high reliability, for our old version 5, it can only bear 3 out of 4 controllers on high-end storage. But for this new generation hybrid, we can realize 7 out of 8 controllers on high-end storage. And even for some other features which cannot realized in version 5, which are all realized in this version. And I think for our customers, the undue upgrade is valuable, because this can significantly save our customers O&M time. And for each time they want to make a microcode upgrade, it will only cost them in half an hour to make this upgrade. Okay. Above all the contents, I want to introduce you with our OceanStor Dorado's new feature and our new generation OceanStor hybrid flash storage. And the last part, I want to make a brief introduction for our H1 storage promotion and the flash track introduction. First is for our flash track for storage of H1, and here we can see there are 4 different models for Huawei OceanStor storage, which can with these 4 different models and the recommended configuration, we can provide our customer with 3 weeks faster delivery time. And the second table is more detailed to describe the faster track models and their classical configurations. And also with this, our customers can enjoy the special discount for these 4 different kind of storages. And I hope our Huawei storage can help our customer to accelerate their production data access. Okay. Above all is all the contents I want to introduce you today, and I also left this part for Q&A for our online partners. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Louis. Now we hand over again to Gerhard.
If there are no questions currently for Louis, then I will go on in German with the second part and the very short part. Ja, Danke einmal, Louis.
Thank you, Gerhard.
Wir haben bei uns im Team einige Neuerungen, die ich vielleicht noch informieren darf. Wir haben einen neuen Kollegen an Bord. Er ist in der mittleren Reihe zu finden, der Christoph Kendall, der uns im Team unterstützt und uns im Innendienstvertrieb bei Huawei weiterhilft. Und wir haben links oben einen leeren Fleck. Unser Business Unit Manager hat uns in Richtung Europa verlassen. Der hat eine neue Position innerhalb der Aero in EMEA inne, die er jetzt mehr oder weniger sofort antritt. Interimistisch wird unser Heinz Stiasny auch das Team mitmanagen. Wir denken aber, dass wir relativ kurzfristig einen neuen Business Unit Manager erhalten werden. Dazu werden wir sicher noch später mehr erfahren. Wir haben jetzt von Louis gehört, dass es eben 2 Programme bzw. eine Promotion und ein Programm gibt. Detaillierte Preise, wie immer, weil wir ja das Thema auch veröffentlichen auf unserem YouTube-Channel, dann gerne direkt von unserem Team. Wir unterstützen unsere Partner gerne bei der Konfiguration, bei der Ausarbeitung von Lösungen und natürlich dann mit den entsprechenden Preisen. Wie gesagt, das Flash-Track-Programm heißt rasche Verfügbarkeit. Da wissen wir, dass viele unserer Marktbegleiter momentan Lieferzeiten jenseits der 3 Monate aufrufen. Wir haben eben gehört, dass wir bestimmte Produktkonfigurationen innerhalb von wenigen Wochen bekommen, etwas aufwendigere Konfigurationen trotzdem aus dem Europalager auch innerhalb von, ich sage mal, 3 bis 5 Wochen erhalten werden können. Und die Flash Promo eben für bestimmte Typen nochmals zusätzlich hohe Discounts verfügbar macht für Partner mit Projektregistrierungen, mit akzeptierten Projektregistrierungen, auch entsprechend sehr kompetitive Preise mit sich bringen. Vielleicht noch ganz kurz auch noch zu den Tools. Das neue Partnerprogramm ist online verfügbar. Für diejenigen, die noch nicht Partner sind, helfen wir gerne, das Onboarden als Partner über die Bühne zu bringen. Es gibt auch noch eben entsprechend weiterführende Materialien, alle am Support-Web von Huawei zu finden unter diesem Link. Die Folien werden ohne dies alle im Nachgang von unserem Rainer an euch weiterversandt. Da gibt es dann auch die Links zu finden. Was wir noch anbieten können, vor allem wenn es jetzt in Richtung Ausbildung der Partner geht, aber auch um ich sage mal, den Proof of Concept geht. Wir haben eine Dorado 3000 mit NVMe-Ausstattung, also wirklich ein All-Flash-System, das alle Stücke spielt in unserem Demo-Pool, das wir gerne Partnern für ihre Kundendemonstrationen, für ihre Kunden Proof of Concepts auch zur Verfügung stellen können. Momentan ist sie gerade unterwegs, aber ich denke, ich werde sie im Laufe des Aprils wieder zurückbekommen. Dann können wir uns auch gerne darüber unterhalten. Marketingunterstützung gibt es für die Partner, die noch über kein eigenes Joint Marketing Fund Budget verfügen, gerne über unsere Ressourcen. Da müssen wir nur ein bisschen im Detail uns dazu unterhalten, was wir erzielen wollen und uns die Freigabe von Huawei holen. Dann können wir auch unsere Gelder gerne dafür zur Verfügung stellen. Last but not least, es gibt weiterhin von Huawei den Support für Partner, die ihre Zertifizierungen erneuern bzw. neu abschließen wollen. Wir können bei bestimmten Zertifizierungen im Sales- und im Pre-Sales-Bereich auch gerne Unterstützung geben. Huawei hat üblicherweise am letzten Freitag eines Monats den sogenannten Examentag. Mehr bei Interesse dazu im Nachgang. Ja, soweit von meiner Seite. Ich glaube, der Rainer wird uns noch ein bisschen was erzählen, wo es noch die Aufzeichnungen, vor allem so vorhergehenden, auch Huawei-Webinaren gibt. Bitte, Rainer.
Ja, vielen Dank, Gerhard. Ja, die Insights bei Aero, aber ich habe doch ein paar neue Partner drinnen gesehen, ist unsere wöchentliche Informationsplattform quer über das Aero ECS Österreich Portfolio hinweg. Gerhard hat es vorhin erwähnt, wir haben auch einen YouTube-Kanal, wo wir im Prinzip oder wo wir auch in der Vergangenheit schon einige Insights bei Aero für Huawei im Speziellen gemacht haben. Aber schauen Sie einfach vorbei. Sie kriegen auch den Link zum YouTube-Kanal für alle, die ihn noch nicht kennen. Schaut hier einfach immer wieder vorbei. Wir sind da sehr bemüht, immer spannende und interessante Themen für Sie zu vermitteln. So, Fragen sind keine aufgetreten. Da möchte ich mich recht herzlich für Ihre Teilnahme, für Ihr Interesse bedanken. Und ich freue mich, Sie bei einem der nächsten Insights bei Ihrer wieder begrüßen zu dürfen und darf jetzt schon ein schönes Wochenende wünschen. Auf Wiederhören.
Auch von mir ein schönes Wochenende. Ciao.
Vielen Dank.